Put away your umbrellas, get out your mint cakes, hike to your nearest chair, pop in your headphones and get ready for the next episode of the Lakes International Comic Art Festival podcasts with your hosts, live from the Lakes, the practically perfect Nicole Bates, and don't get him angry, Ian Loxham.
How do? Welcome to a festive edition of Lockdown Water Downs. Tonight it's more of a Christmas party. We bring you many gifts. The first gift being no Genre World Cup. Yay!
One day it will finish.
Not today.
So that's our first gift to the world. You're welcome. The second gift being an invite to our Christmas party, where the pod boss is, Ian and Nikki, and contributors Tom, me, and Mike are all going to make merry with a Christmas-style panel show stroke quiz.
Yeah.
Quiz?
Don't start quizzing.
Yeah, let's not go there.
It's a little something that we like to call the 12 Days of Christmas Comic Fantasy Stocking Filler.
Wow.
And that was an awkward name that took all of 2 minutes for us to come up with. Myself and Pete are going to act as the podcast Christmas Elves. And we're inviting everyone to join us on a magical Christmas journey to fill your stocking over the 12 days of Christmas. The concept, Pete, do you want to go for it?
Well, it all started, I mean, in reality, it started by me thinking, of all those things that I would put on a Christmas list that I would never be able to get, say, things like a piece of Jack Kirby artwork, or, a particular key issue that is now sharp in price. But when chatting to Mike, it got a little more sort of meta and fantasy than that. So we're going to go through the 12 days of Christmas and ask everybody to choose something from a certain category they want to find in their stocking. So some of the things that we're going to talk about is superpower, vehicle, tech, costume, things like that. So what impossible item would you want in your fantasy comic?
They're not all impossible. When I look at my list, they're not all impossible.
But we have to stress you'll have them in real life.
Yes.
Okay. So good.
With real life consequences.
Oh, sugar.
That'd be fine.
Yeah, in keeping with this year of 2020, it's not all fun.
This is taking a dark turn already.
Now, are we allowed to sing, or do we have to sing for each 12th day of Christmas?
Why did you bring that in?
I will sing. I will sing us in
God.
for each one.
Okay, here goes Jingle Bells.
Once we've decided the particular topic for each day.
Perfect.
Oh, God.
And I believe I'm the first Christmas elf. Is that right?
You are, Mike.
So, as official Christmas elf, on the first day of Christmas, what fantasy comic related hairstyle would you like in your Christmas stocking?
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a brand spanking new hairstyle. There we go.
Mike, you're supposed to be doing odd ones.
Oh, I am. Sorry, I'm reading off my list. Go on.
And I've just sung for no reason.
He's panicked, Pete, because I reassured him. Obviously, when I'm calling out, he's going to play. When he's calling out, I'm going to play. So I've really panicked him now. Sorry.
Oh, no.
No, don't worry. It's all good. The first day of Christmas is Superpower.
I ain't singing again.
Come on. You started this now.
We'll do it on the next one.
Sing. Sing.
Who's first?
Oh, we never thought about turn order, but I'll go by my screen. So, Ian.
Me. Superpower. Okay. Now, this one I thought back my childhood memories of what I would want as a teenager. Don't giggle. And one of the things, now I admit this is probably illegal. I'm probably very wrong and probably puts me more in a supervillain. But I always wanted to be have the invisibility power to go into the girls' changing rooms at school.
Oh, there we go. There it is.
I'll be honest.
Instantly, straight down.
Now,
can I ask, who is it out of all the superheroes and comic characters are you taking the invisibility off?
the Invisible Man. No, I don't know because I've not thought of that because that's not actually my answer because that is a very immature answer and it's not something I would put forward.
Lies.
My actual answer...
That's a reflection on mine.
My actual answer is 10 times worse. I would choose the power of mystique. So that not only can I creep into said gym rooms as a female, when I'm on my own, I can choose different sizes, different variations, and choose whatever star and famous person I want to be to have a look at in the mirror. So I am going for mystique. And obviously I can use her powers to save the world in some other way, shape or form as well. You know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you, Ian. In keeping with 2020, a light-hearted panel show has turned dark quite quickly. Any real-world consequence I can possibly bring to the table, you've probably thought of, because you're trying to do most of them. Yeah, okay. Well, you're granted the gift of invisibility for 1 year. So, Nikki, what will you be looking for in your Christmas stocking?
Always wanted to fly. I want to fly, but I can't decide if I want to fly like Superman or like Archangel from X-Men with the wings.
Oh, yeah.
You see, because I'd like the thought of walking around with huge wings, but that could be a problem at doors.
And Primark.
Strap them down, didn't he?
And sitting down. You never really see Archangel sat down a lot.
Yeah.
No, I'd have to hover constantly like a
Or
hummingbird.
crouch.
But I think to be able to fly would be awesome.
And would you shed the feathers? Would you have a
That's it. Is that would I shed giant feathers everywhere?
You'd be kicked out of restaurants left, right and centre.
Would I be hunted down by Bernard Matthews?
There's also the added thing of it's bloody cold up there. Like, whilst you're flying around, you'd be having to go about in a parka all the time. Like,
That's all right. With 2 holes cut in the back of my wings, it'll be fine. And it tied up round my neck.
Layers is the key.
Can I just make a choice? No, we know what you're wearing in a bit as well, so
that's
you've
true.
screwed that up.
There's going to be goosebumps.
That's a good point, actually. I'm going to have to make sure we track what everyone's getting. For future answers
Hypothermia
as
is
well.
what I'll be getting.
So, it'll obviously take you a while for you two to learn these powers.
Yes.
There's
And
not
to
a
grow
lot
the
of
wings.
problems with turning invisible when you don't want to. Flying might be a bit difficult around the workplace when you're not used to it, but no, you're fine. You'll
Thank you
have
very
that
much.
ability, and it's a
Thank you.
classic one.
I know, yes, I did go classic.
No, that's good. That's good. And Tom, what would you be looking for in your stocking?
See, I really struggled because obviously I was thinking, flight and walking through walls and all this kind of stuff. And there was also the obvious parody answer of to not care about anything. That would be pretty good. But
Keep it like me. Keep it like me.
yeah. But if memory serves me, I'm pretty sure, I can't tell you who it is, but I'm pretty sure there's a character out there that can play any instrument. But I cannot think of who it is. It's just the power to literally just pick up any instrument and play it.
That is cool.
You could be
But I'm trying to
I
think
can't think who that was. I'm trying to think.
Probably
I keep
somebody in
getting
the
stuck
Legion
on-
of Substitute Heroes, isn't it?
Yeah.
like the guy that took his arms off.
Yeah.
I kept thinking of Drummer Boy from Planetary, but he's literally just the sticks.
Yeah, it's all about signals
Top of
with
my
him,
head,
wasn't it?
Superpower.
Well, I'm almost positive somebody had it somewhere.
Yeah. Well, it's a fantasy stocking filler, so I don't think you have to,
Okay.
I've read about it before. I think that's all right.
It's always nice to know who you're denying it from, though.
I don't want to tread on the other elves' toes, of course.
Elf War.
Fight!
If we're sticking with pulling it from somebody, then I'll just go with the ability to stretch, and I'll pull it from below.
No, it's not necessary that you have to deny it from somebody. I mean, if you want to play every instrument, I'd be quick with your career because you've only got it for a year, though.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah,
so you don't want your power to run out when you're headlining Glastonbury on stage.
I'll literally play the kalimba to the biggest of my ability, just sitting there plucking away on it.
And Pete, do you have a superpower that you want stuffing into?
Mine's already been mentioned, and it was similar to Ian's, but not for quite the same reason. We both dreamt of exploring new realms, and I always fancied intangibility because you could answer all of those questions. You could walk into Area 51 and see if they've really got aliens. You could walk into that little hut in somewhere like Sri Lanka or Turkey, isn't it, who claims to have the Ark of the Covenant. Mm-hmm. There's all these different claims from all these different places, and I always fancied just being able to wander around and answer them without anybody being able to stop me.
So that's the power of Indiana Jones.
Well, it's within my power to grant that to you, Pete, but I'm afraid after about 5 months you are going to be very disappointed. Because every time you walk into one of these places, it'll be, oh, no, there wasn't an alien. Oh, no, it's not the Ark of the Covenant. Oh, no, that's not a last relic of so-and-so. But you'll be able to prove it at dinner parties, and that's the important thing. So, that was the first day of Christmas. Would Christmas elf number 2 like to step in?
Right. Hairstyle. So let's shake up the order. Tom,
just a minute. Just on the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a brand new hairstyle. It sounds like the first one the same time because someone cocked up.
We'll edit that around.
Oh man, see, this is one I've not got an answer for yet because I'm torn.
Right, do you want me to come back to you?
No. I'm gonna settle. It's either gonna be Tim Drake hairstyle, very sort of flowing. Later on, just a good solid lock of brown hair. Like, yeah, come on, thick brown hair. That's where it is. I've got thick brown hair. I'll stick with what he's got. Or it's Calvin.
Oh, nice. Well, I've gone with the consequence. He's slightly different from the first elf, who is just granting everything willy-nilly.
Eating them in.
My granting of the wishes comes with the proviso that you can get either hairstyle, but you only get it every time you swear.
Oh. That's all right for me.
That suits me.
That totally changes.
Yeah. Is that? Do you still want it, or is that something that's now the price? Now there's a price on the table.
Oh no! See, now it has to be like Super Saiyan Dragon Ball Z style. Every time I swear, bah! Straight away. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll go for that. If that provisos on it, I'll go for that.
Cool. Nikki?
I'm sticking with mine, which is Linda Carter's Wonder Woman hair. Come on, that's just beautiful.
Yes.
Every time I swear, I'll just look like I walked out of a salon. It'll be amazing.
A 70s salon.
Nothing wrong with that.
You spin every time that you swear as well.
Oh, even better. It's slightly dizzy but great hair.
I've got different ones for everyone, so
nice.
I need to choose from my randomizer of consequences. And Nikki only gets Linda Carter's hair every time she sneezes.
Oh, damn it. Now that's made it less. I'm going to have to take a lot of pepper around with me.
Just pull those nose hairs out. You've got plenty of them.
But when hay fever season kicks around, you'd be looking fabulous. You'd be sitting there
the
the whole time.
Streaming eyes, but fabulous hair.
I don't know if I got the wrong end of the stick when me and Mike were chatting, but these are all the consequences I've got. Mike,
I wasn't going quite so harsh, but hey, good elf, bad elf, I'm fine.
Okay,
old
I've one for
badass.
Toby.
Definitely personalised ones.
Yeah. Okay, Ian.
Okay. You see now, mine's a bit unimpressive now, hearing all these others.
Right.
You see, I love the man that is Nick Fury. I think his hairdo is so smooth and just pure. But then I thought, no, that's too obvious. So I decided Luke Cage instead.
Oh.
We have to talk eras.
Well, yeah. Are you getting the tiara as well?
Oh, God, no. No, I just want pure silk and smooth and nothing else.
We could sort that out for you.
To be fair, it is
I
something that can
enact
happen
that.
next year quite easily.
Yeah.
And it probably
Fair
will.
enough. Well, my two consequences left. I think you can have Luke Cage, but only when anybody speaks to you. And then
So
it'll
my hair is
magically
just going
pop.
to magically disappear.
It's just going to pop into existence.
Deal, because that'd be hilarious.
Mike,
Well,
what hairstyle do you want under that Santa hat?
hair and hairstyles. Obviously.
He's
pretty
got
much
my
all
hair.
Under here. Instinct was to go with Conan or Lion-O or similar, just to get the most hair possible.
Lion-O's
Just to
hair.
remember hair. But actually, this is an ode to a summer I had, and it was a unique time in between. It was in adult life, but it was in between leaving uni and starting gainful employment. I had a gap where I was able to go to a punk party, and I shaved a mohawk.
Oh.
And I love mohawks.
Oh.
And I think the best mohawk in the business has to be Storm, so a bright white mohawk.
Yeah,
Nice.
that'd be awesome.
That would have been on my list. Well, you can. My last one is, but only when you're eating and drinking.
I was hoping for the swearing one. That would really, really,
Yeah, that would
really
work.
hope the swearing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, swearing would. It's all optional, to be honest. But yeah. That's
Oh
fine.
mate, if you were hitting up a club though and you're just sitting drinking beer the whole night, you'd have that mohawk going on the whole time.
Yeah.
Great.
And
Good
ultraviolet
voice.
Go around the
Rest
can all the
of
time, Mike. You're sorted.
Look awesome.
That's 2020, isn't it?
Right,
So it's the third day of Christmas, isn't it? Right.
I've given up singing now, by
No,
the way.
you haven't.
I've given up.
No, you haven't.
given
I've
up.
No, you
started
haven't.
this now.
On the third day of Christmas, the Christmas elves are going to grant you a comic pet.
No.
No, I'm thinking of the wrong list. A comic hideout or base.
So glad I've got the list here in order.
I've got to move my paper
Oh, I
around,
had
mate.
pet
really
next, though. I was
Oh.
channeling.
So it's hideout or base.
I doubt I'll be.
Who's first?
Going to change it up. Nikki.
I'm going to have the Teen Titans tea tower at the bottom of my garden like a giant greenhouse. It'll be brilliant. That's how I'm going to grow my tomatoes and make me look amazing. And I'm going to have that. And it's just going to stand out. But I'll be like, yeah, no, I've got planning. It's all right.
Is it going to be the Teen Titans Go tower or proper comic?
Proper comic. Yeah, we're not going. Yeah, we're going to.
T-Jets.
Yeah. So it's going to look good. But it is also, planning permission. Yeah, I got that. It's fine. Yeah.
So, assuming you get the planning permission, or
I
at least
will,
you
of course.
successfully lie about the planning permission,
That's the one.
would you not want to live in it?
Well,
Or is it a visit-only situation?
I think it's a visit
or-
only, isn't it? It's like your little clubhouse. It is like the secret hideout that it's supposed to be. You just go there occasionally.
So secret.
Well, it's secret. I mean, it's there, but it's masquerading as a greenhouse. It'll be fine. I'll enter into like Britain's largest marrow competition. It'll be all right.
I mean, obviously, given Kendal and the skyline of Kendal, I'm pretty sure you're going to have protesters pretty much surrounding your property for the rest of the year. But if you're happy
could
with that, you
die.
can get the mansion.
They could probably. There's going to be proximity mines, isn't there? We'll sort those protesters out.
Well, it definitely sounds like you're in for an aggro year. You're going to have a beautiful base and hideout there.
Thank you very much.
Tom.
I'm going a bit outside the box, actually. I just spotted one on my shelf. I'm going to go with... it's an actual real-life place as well. Eileen Gray's E1027 house that was built in 1926. It was between 1926 and 29. And Eileen Gray is a comic from Nobrow. It's actually about the life of Eileen Gray and when she made that house. And, oh my god, it's insane. Like, it's insane. It's an architecture marvel. Like, it's just unbelievable. There's just mass amounts of glass and big open spaces and ramps and gardens and everything. Unbelievable. I went for an actual real option. Yeah, I think aside from that, it would have been Atlantis. Anything else? But I just spotted that and went, no, I'll go classy. That's fine.
Nice.
It definitely sounds a classy
You're
answer.
a better man than me.
Are you looking to relocate there, or are you locating it to you?
No, I would relocate there because it's in France as well. Yeah.
You're not allowed anymore.
No. Yeah, true.
Get there before Christmas.
It has, if the book is correct as well, it actually just has stairs that go straight from the villa's garden right down onto the beach as well.
Oh.
So just unbelievable. If you get a chance, it's E-1027 is actually what the property's called. I think because the numbers correlate with something like with her partner or something. That she had at the time, but just it's an unbelievable marvel. It's an actual architecture marvel.
Brilliant.
It's a brilliant book as well, actually. Eileen Gray.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Quiz and homework. Awesome.
Yeah, there you go.
As we all now look on films.
Yeah, we'll just Google that.
I'm very worried about your job.
Yeah.
The commute's going to absolutely kill you. It'll be a nightmare to organise the podcast. But I'll let you have it.
I'd be able to stretch there. You know, it's fine.
That's true. Make yourself into a catapult, fly her over.
Yeah.
Like you swearing.
And Ian?
I've gone very different. See, I thought about not just the location, but the people within said location, because it wouldn't just be me on my own. And this is Midian from Nightbreed.
Oh.
Now, so this would have to be located, we're going to say Kendall, so it would be Kendall Graveyard. The entrance there would be in the corner, just by the stony, craggy bit. Mm-hmm. And it's more, even though it's a bit dirty, it's a bit dingy, it's a bit damp.
It's all of those things.
It's the happy monsters that live underneath. I want to be part of that community. I want to join in with their little monster parties and rip humans apart as they enter the graveyard.
I was obviously going to mention that aspect of Midian.
Well, I didn't say I have to be a monster myself. I mean, to be fair, my choice of superpowers and what I want to do with them turns me into a monster, but that's not the point.
To be honest, some late nights in Kendall, I think Midian really has been there all along, and could explain a few things as well. It's an interesting one. Because I will actually bring all of Midian with it as well.
Yes, that's the point.
So
Okay.
there's going to be quite a few strange occurrences in Kendall going forwards. A lot of missing people.
The people who are in the graveyard at that time of night, it doesn't really
I
matter.
was only going to kill protesters, and now you're like everyone.
Reach for
So
the
we are
beast.
talking genocide of the entire of Kendall goth community, but I will let you have that. And Pete, your fantasy base of operations.
I think it's more of a hideout, but well, I've gone for something that the local area can withstand. Being in, I would say rural Wales, but I'm just quite close to the Gower, which is protected area of outstanding natural beauty. It's pretty big. I propose covering it all with the Savage Land. Dump it straight down I want dinosaurs, roaming gangs of natives, spears, occasional despotic warlords, and most importantly, saber-toothed tigers.
Awesome.
Well, you are right. It is protected. I happen to know because many years ago, when I used to go down there with friends surfing, one of my best friends, she works for the Heritage Coast there, and she took me on a lovely evening where she had bat radios and we could signal to bats going backwards and forwards.
Oh, wow.
Perfect. Make them a lot bigger.
And that's now going to be ruined, isn't it, with Tyrannosaurus Rexes, or are they more dangerous anyway?
Yeah.
But I do remember
Just scale everything up.
quite a lot of local drinking establishments, and the Savage Lands ain't far off that, actually, already. It is an absolutely outstanding area, I have to say.
The Savage Land, yeah, it is. It's amazing.
But, no, the Gower. And I think I do think, actually, a lot of the creatures of the Savage Land would actually fit there quite well.
Yeah, the locals wouldn't notice.
No.
I'm telling you.
This is what I mean. It's... I think you'll get away with that quite easily. I do see, but obviously you're going to plan to visit daily, or are you going to live there?
He's moving abroad.
Yeah, I think it could be like my my summer base, because like Tom mentioned with the flying, it's going to be chilly in the winter, and I don't think the loincloths is going to go with the PJ bottoms, so I think it'll just be a summer sojourn.
So we'll give you that as your summer residence only, but you've only got it for this summer coming, so let's hope the lockdown clears before.
Oh yeah, I might get stuck in the winter. Yeah, that'll be all right.
And then over to you for day 4.
Well, appropriately, this is a good segue, because saber-toothed tigers is what I would have chosen for the next category, which is pet. So, Ian, what pet would you want in the 4th day of comic fantasy stocking fillers?
Okay.
Sing.
No.
Sing.
No more singing. I'm going to choose a rat. But not just any old rat.
Roland?
No. There is many Turtle comics and many slight alterations to how the Turtles and Splinter became. And there's one I remember as a kid, just after the first movie came out, they released a UK-style adaptation. And I remember particularly that Splinter was in Shredder's training room. No, his master was killed by Shredder, that's right. But he was in a cage and he saw his master being killed by Shredder. And so he actually learnt all his moves whilst he was still a rat. He could do his little fighting and stuff before he got nuked when he reached New York. So mine is Splinter, who knows all the skills, but is still a rat. That's my little pet.
Oh, that's quite sad.
Why?
You're basically keeping him in his rat form, even though he's learned all these cool
I'm not nuking the bugger.
Oh, he gets nuked, does he?
No, I'm stopping that. I don't want to nuke him, poor guy.
So he is knowing everything he's learned. Intelligent.
Does he know he could have been nuked at any time?
No.
Taking away his future.
I thought that was quite cool, and now I feel quite depressed.
Right, well, that's okay, but you have to sleep with him.
Now, you see, I'm tempted to say something, but I'm not going to.
No.
Because we will get a rating on this podcast.
No, just have to have the cage, in bed with you.
That's fine.
It's absolutely fine, then. Nikki?
Garfield. End of story. Just Garfield. We both hate Mondays. We love lasagna, and I can kill any potted fern. So it's fine.
That's perfect.
We'd get on really well. He's great. It's a bit like living with Ian, to be fair. It's basically grumpy all the time. So I've had practice. So it's fine.
Well, it's funny because the one I've got here that I'd forgotten what it actually meant works for this one. I had diet written here, so you can have Garfield, but he's got to be on a diet.
Oh, but he's so that's so cruel. Garfield.
So that's extra grumpy.
Oh, just like you. but with less hair.
I'm taking you to Midian and you ain't going to live.
Okay. Tom?
Straight and simple, I'm going for crypto. It's super. Well, depends. It depends if it's from more Superboy or Superman. No, I'll just generalize. I'll just say crypto. I love crypto.
Yeah,
absolutely love crypto.
He is pretty cool.
Dog with a cape. Come on.
To be fair, you could give any dog a cape. Let's be honest here.
I had back cow.
Yeah, but he wears it well. He wears it well and uses it properly. You know, he can fly. He's got the lasers and everything as well. You know,
he's pretty hardcore, isn't he? Actually,
yeah, he is. He is.
I mean, he's taken down some big types.
Yeah, I mean, look at the. Well, okay, he doesn't fare too well himself, but you know, whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow, and he rips out that guy's throat. Yeah. Like, come on, so yes.
Totally. But you have to have a pet flap fitted in your roof.
Which would help, actually.
Perfect.
Yeah, that'd be fine for him.
Perfect.
Come on, Crypto, out for a beat. Poof.
I had appropriately sized pet flap fitted because I thought somebody might choose a giant one, but I think if we just move that to the roof, I think that's all right. You're fine there. And you'll have the safest neighbourhood around.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, God, I don't even have to fit a flap. I could have just put like a Velux window on. That'd be fine. He's away.
Mike?
Oh, this is an easy one for me. I definitely want Halo Jones's Toby. Or at least another Iliac 600 Ripper dog. Since Toby the Ripper dog did accidentally turn out to be an obsessed psycho killer stalker, but another model of Toby. It's just walking metal teeth with extensive protection software and can hear people's heartbeats. It's just death on legs, and I just think they're really cute.
Really cute.
Right, well, yeah, it's yours, but he has to live inside.
Yeah, I think the cats won't mind because it's not living. If I'd have chosen anything living, the cats would have just like hated it. But no, I reckon a robo-dog's good.
I mean, I know for a fact that you're not allowed WhatsApp on your phone, so your company's going to go ballistic when they find that you have a secret murderous psycho robot dog. Okay, so on your head be it, all right? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he's coming to work with me when I'm in the office. I'll tell you that much.
Oh. Okay.
So I've lost track of what day it is now.
5.
This is day 5 then, isn't it? Yeah. So, on day 5, Santa's little elves brings you a weapon for your stocking.
Ka-ching! That's my weapon noise.
That's
Tom,
Yeah.
what would your stocking-filling weapon be?
Is that me?
Yep.
Bow and arrow. 100%. It worked for Hawkeye, worked for Green Arrow, worked for Robin Hood. Bow and arrow. It's good enough for me. Come on. Although I'm saying that and now thinking that a consequence is going to be that I'd have to learn to actually use it.
Well, funnily enough, yeah. It's not exactly your point and pressed kind of thing, is it? I have to ask: are you taking this off anyone in particular? Is it a particular bow and arrow of a character?
Yeah, do you know what? I will actually take it from Green Arrow just so that I can get the one with the boxing glove on it.
Oh,
yeah.
Trick arrows.
Yeah, trick arrows. And possibly the kryptonite arrow as well when I think about it.
Just in case your dog goes out of control.
I was going to say.
No, more just in case. It was actually more just in case Superman comes around sniffing for his dog and I get lost.
I'm sure they introduced like a girl arrow character in the 60s, and one of her trick arrows was something like a powder puff arrow.
I want that one.
Typically of the times. Yeah. A powder puff arrow.
Well, funnily enough, I think you'll get away okay. Because I think the consequence of all of this, for everyone on this round, would be that you have to carry it with you. A weapon's not a weapon if you leave it at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think there's any open carry rules, particularly on a bow and arrow.
No.
So I think you'll be okay with it. So
You're
Nikki,
allowed to use them in Chester to shoot.
I knew you were going to mention that. As a Welshman that lived in Chester for a while, that's all any student used to come up and say, "Is it true?" You can no, shut up. Try it. You're going down for
powder
30
puff
years.
arrows. I know.
So, Nikki, what's your weapon of choice?
Catwoman's whip.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd probably take my own eye out, but it would look cool.
Do it in a dark alley, it'll be
I
fine.
could do it in a dark alley, yeah. What, taking my own eye out with a whip. Yeah, so, and you could wear it as a belt or a hair accessory. You see how good, I've thought this through now. You've said I have to wear it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fine.
You can swing over big gaps in tombs with it.
Exactly.
Should you ever come across one?
Yeah,
You
if
see,
I ever
I think
needed
there's
to
certain
raid a tomb.
connotations with a whip. I think that's quite a formidable thing to have on you in work.
I
think that's
that'd
going
be
to
fine.
change people's perceptions of you in work.
They do think I'm
People
sweet
be a
and
lot more
innocent. So yeah.
pliant.
That'd be nice.
That'd be able to
considering-
keep your 2 metre radius.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll just whip them out of the way. Don't come closer.
So this is one of those things. The pub fact about whips. Does everyone know what makes the sound of a whip cracking?
It's the air snap, is it?
air snap.
I read somewhere that it was
travels
the
along?
tip of the whip breaking
Yeah.
the sound barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Cool.
it causes like an air vacuum. Is it? It's the same as going supersonic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bonkers, isn't it? I mean, have you seen the picture that I've saw? There was a picture online. I think it was the same article of a plane while it was going through the sound barrier, and you could actually see the sort of air bursting around the point. So I imagine it's the same, but just smaller.
Yeah.
Micro.
And
Yeah.
the mantis shrimp can do it as well, underwater.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Do they
yes.
use like bubbles of air to do it or something?
Yeah.
Crazy.
There you go. This is our facts for the night.
That's amazing.
I was going to say
Well,
this is a new section of Learn with the Podcast Crew.
Learn while whipping.
Ian, your weapon of choice.
Mine's a bit more futuristic.
You're definitely getting arrested
Yeah.
if you're carrying this around.
There's a lump in your trousers, sir. Mine's a lawgiver.
Nice.
Dread's
I think
weapon
that
of
would have been my
choice.
choice as well, actually.
Would you?
I think just being able to stand there and going, double whammy, that would be enough to make my day. I don't care what I'm firing at. Double whammy.
Instantly.
I can say that it's going to cause great difficulty going abroad,
Yes.
but I think 2021 is going to bring great difficulty going abroad anyway.
I'd like to see customs pick that gun up and have a look at it.
So, Pete,
I
what
found this one
weapon can
difficult.
Santa's elves bring you?
Yeah, I found this one difficult because your first thought is like some sort of sword. But like you say, I knew I'd have to carry it around with me, so I went with something particularly useful this year and probably going into next year.
A bottle opener.
Iron Man's Repulsor gloves.
Yeah.
Set permanently at 2
I'm sure you can
meters.
set it permanently to 2 meters. Definitely, you can make some speedy getaways with them if it's getting a bit close in Tesco's. So, and they keep your hands warm.
Most important
Basic
bit.
use of a glove.
Now, well, we did say you had.
I've got to wear
I
them.
suppose you don't have to wear them all the while. I was worried it might make your career slightly difficult when every time you try and pick up a pen, you repel it across the room.
Yeah.
But
Or on
I'll
the plus
I'll
side,
keep
it would stop you picking my nose.
Oh, that's true.
Blast off your face off.
So on to day 6 then.
Oh yeah, Sidekick. So getting confused. Mike, you've not gone first yet, have you?
No, he hasn't.
No, I just kept putting you last as a segue. It doesn't really matter.
Well, this is the same thing, but I've just done it first.
One's professional, one doesn't care.
You'd think we'd have like 5 sessions.
Neither does the listener.
So this is what's the category again? Sidekick.
So, like you mentioned with the weapon, the thing about your sidekick of choice is they are with you 24 hours a day, 7 days.
Uh-oh.
Well, originally, I thought of Green Hornet's bodyguard and driver Kato.
Mm-hmm.
And then realised that basically Chewbacca is that and more. And I think our cats would love Chewbacca. I'm hopefully not allergic to Wookiee fur, but I just think, Chewbacca. Intimidating presence. If you're tired, he looks comfortable. If you've got a sidekick, if you're really tired, he'll give you a piggyback. I think that's the perfect sidekick for me.
Yeah, but he can be a bit of a moaner, can't he? You know, if you're playing that hologram chess with him and don't let him cheat.
You've got hologram chess?
I think you're basically going to have to be playing him at 3D chess all the time he's there as well. I think that's only fair to gain the extra comfort of a personal Chewbacca.
And I have to say, it has to be Chewbacca before he met any porgs. We're not having porgs in the house.
Oh, that was my sidekick. That was.
Nikki.
Yes. I'm going to have Joe Lathan's Haru as my sidekick, the little bird. I just think that would be lovely, someone to talk to. It's quite, inventive. I think that'd be rather lovely as a sidekick. And I don't mind having a little bird sitting on my shoulder for the entirety of my life. Or the year.
Yeah.
I just think that'd be quite sweet. I mean, we wouldn't be able to get out of any sticky situations, but, it would be nice.
So you've just got the companionship.
Yeah.
So is the bird song the attraction there as well? Would that not get your tits after a while?
There's always an elastic band, isn't there, around the beak?
Yeah, I don't know, constant chirpiness. Oof.
Would that not do it for you, constant chirpiness?
I don't know if I could do constant chirpiness.
It's a valid point.
Well, okay, yeah, that's fine. Tom?
I was so tempted to double up and say crypto again, but do you know what? I think I'm going to say Hobbs.
Mm-hmm.
Because at least if some actual adults come about, you can just change into a stuffed bear, like tiger, as opposed to an actual tiger.
Yeah, it's interesting. Everyone's gone quite animal as well.
Yeah.
I think he sounds.
I did think Robin to start off with, and then I thought, no, I don't want that kid follow me everywhere.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
I'll just come to the bathroom with you, Batman. Oh, away. 2 minutes.
I think there might be an element of that though with Hobbs. I mean, he does go through those periods of enthusiasm. I mean, he's going to be constantly coming up with stuff that the both of you to do. Come on, let's go sledging. Let's build a snowman. Come on, let's go. Let's pretend we're in a spaceship.
But then I could just invite a bunch of adult friends and be like,
just go to the pub.
Yeah. What's with you and that stuffed tiger? Just don't. You don't want to see him on.
It's been a bad year. It's been a bad year.
Yeah. Just don't make me swear. Ian?
Now you see mine. I'm regretting
Yeah.
this choice now. I've got to be with him. So I was thinking your sidekick is usually small. I thought, no, I want someone who can actually protect me. Because I'm just turning into women left, right and centre. I need someone to look after me. So,
God.
So I've decided on the Barbarian Thrud. Which was a great idea until you said he's there 24/7. He's going to ruin my sofas. is just going to eat me out of house and home.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just going to be a right pain in the ass.
Gonna
But
smell.
I've chosen him. I've got to stick with him, and I'll look after him.
Yeah, not a great conversationalist either, was he? Really?
To be fair, neither am I, so I don't care.
That's true. You just sit there and grunt at each other.
Yeah, just grunts.
Spend the future on the side of the city that's constantly lifted into the air by Trod being sat.
But I could sit on his knee, he wouldn't even notice.
Might you be nice when you meet up with Mike and Chewbacca?
That's a good point, yeah.
Go play in the sandpit together.
I was more thinking fights. Just check him out in the back, have a big old brawl.
There's me being nice.
Cool.
You see, it's because you've not done a segue, Pete. You mess this up.
Oh, I think the segue.
You see, I'm sat here. I'm not knowing what's going on.
Said right's not good enough for you. No, you just say right, like I finished. Suddenly that's not good enough. It works on multitask. Over to Mike for day 7 of the 12 days of comic fantasy stocking fillers.
And day 7 is your very own catchphrase.
Oh, I've just nicked someone's catchphrase.
Yeah, now we need to... Is it our very own then completely made up?
No.
It is someone's... Right, okay, we've done it right.
From somebody else. So Nikki's obviously dying to tell us.
No,
so go on.
it's not that good. I had trouble.
This was a hard one.
Through them because
There's
I
another
wanted one
catchphrase.
slightly
I had
sweary.
Is
Actually, that
that
could
manga?
be mine.
Is it a manga one? Is it anime? Is it,
That's probably mine in real life.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, that's mine all the time.
Go on.
But I've got by my stars and garters because I thought it's as close as I could get to swearing. Like, yeah.
That's a good one.
From Beast.
That's good.
Well, it's probably a good time to say that we can have these catchphrases,
Right.
but you have to use them every time you answer the phone,
Okay.
every time
I was going to look
you meet
surprised.
someone formally,
Okay.
and at the point of climax.
Okay. Actually, it kind of fits. So the phone, I'm taken slightly by surprise. Meeting someone formally, taken slightly by surprise. Climax, taken slightly by surprise.
I don't want to say mine now.
We'll leave the unions then for now. And Tom, what would your catchphrase be?
This works so well because mine is good grief.
Oh.
I'm so glad you said that.
There's nothing more I can say about that. I have no idea what that's going to do with any future relationships for the next year. But Pete, have you got a catchphrase?
Do you know, I'd forgotten the list of things that got the catchphrase. But the one I came up with does fit. Boom.
Oh no.
Does fit some more than others, to be honest. And I'm not saying if I really say it or not, okay? I'm not saying anything, okay?
I just want to know how you say it now.
Boom.
There's a few scenarios I had in my head, and one had to be for, obviously it's the first time in a formal meeting as well. So I just think that's awesome for a job interview.
Yeah.
No. Boom!
Boom.
I am actually going to start answering the phone with that.
I think you should.
Is that the new podcast intro for yourself as well? Boom!
We'll have to record another one.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do, bugger out.
So, Ian, your catchphrase is...
I don't want to say it now because...
Bad.
Yeah.
This is bad now.
It was fine. It was fun.
Fine.
And
Yeah.
it was lively. And it was what I like in a particular comic character. But now I feel dirty. Hulk smash. Now I feel wrong. And she sat right next to me. And it's even worse.
But you really do say it.
Oh,
Yeah. There we go.
Perfect.
Well, apologies about that. Please. I think we better move on rather quickly.
Day 8 of the 12 days of Comic Fantasy Stocking Fillers. Day 8 is vehicle. What? I've provided an exceptionally large stocking for you to deposit or ask for. Thank you very much. The fantasy comic vehicle of your choice. Let's start with Tom.
Santa's sleigh.
Aww.
I just went for it. Santa's sleigh. Come on. Come on.
So what is your Santa's sleigh? Because there are lots of different theories of what's powering the sleigh, isn't there? So what's powering?
There is. No, mine's is reindeer. It's the most traditional version of Santa's sleigh that you can imagine. If I was pulling from anything, I don't think it would be comics. I think it would have to be like the Santa Claus, the Tim Allen thing, because he has like a cookie and cocoa dispenser on board as well. But he doesn't have Rudolph. That's the only thing. He doesn't have Rudolph. But there is plenty of versions of that in comics as well. It's Santa's sleigh, 100%. Like it's the antithesis of magical vehicles that can fly and do everything you want it to. I'm sure it's probably got heated seats.
Yeah, that sounds good. But it's going to break down every half hour.
You've just ruined Christmas.
Everyone's going to see Santa stood just scratching his head, looking at the reindeers, trying to work out what's wrong with them. But they're just not moving.
If it's breaking down every half hour, I mean that's probably the distance between the next houses, like every time. So we're all good. I'll just mainly be on roofs.
Actually, it's just they're not broken down. They're just waiting for you to deliver the presents. That's just a complete misunderstanding.
We would be broken down, but he's just taking his time.
I mean, you've got to eat all those mince pies. You got to drink the sherry. You got to bring the carrots back for the reindeer.
Exactly. Yeah.
Never ending.
All takes time. Yeah.
Ian, let's see if you can redeem yourself.
I think I can.
Actually, yeah.
I'm going cool. I'm going.
It's a stretch.
Dream. Kaneda's bike from Akira.
Oh,
thank you very much. Drop that mic. Because it is just pure class, pure red class. Just amazing piece of kit. And to be able to ride that, I mean, I've got to learn, I suppose, but to be able to ride that would be just, yeah.
You forgot about the consequences, haven't you?
Oh.
No.
You'll at least look cool waiting for the AA.
Everyone else sees a clown car.
Oh.
The whole point is the look. The whole point.
Oh.
I want to be Neo Tokyo, not bloody Madagascar.
I take the AA thing back.
I didn't write the consequences. I've just been told to read them.
I'll be cool in my own head then, like usual.
I did write them. I probably got the wrong end of the stick, and Mike's going to tear me off a strip at the end of this podcast. But I'm sticking with it. What can I say?
Well, I'm keeping recording now because that'd be hilarious.
Nikki.
Wonder Woman's invisible plane. Hello. You want to look like you're just floating in the air, sitting down? I want that. Even though I can fly and I've got wings, I still want to.
You didn't think about that, did you?
Yeah, I had, but I didn't care because I wanted it as a kid. I thought it was cool. I mean, Linda Carter's one does look like a bubble, but who cares? I just thought it's just amazing and awful and cheesy at the same time.
Yeah, it was fab, isn't it? I mean, it is slightly strange for somebody who can fly.
Yeah. But I'm going for...
To be seen sat down like that in the middle of the sky.
It's like...
Where your wings going, yeah.
Yeah, my wings will be in there or out the sunroof flapping. It will be fine.
it's a bit strange.
Yeah, but it's such a cool vehicle and I just went with it because I love it. It's not cool.
Okay, I haven't got any consequences for that because I think you look silly enough flying sat down. I'm just going to leave you in that position.
For a second, I thought you were going to say that the consequence was that it was only in her imagination. Just sitting on the sofa. I'm in the plane.
Well, considering you've already chosen flight as your superpower as well,
I know.
kind of
It's
doubled up.
I know, but it was the first thing, and it's just perfect. Come on,
To be
it's
fair,
perfect.
all the
awesome
X-Men
thing.
get in the X-plane,
They
and
do.
some of them can fly.
Thank you for.
I'm going to back her up there.
Reason
I mean, it's
to
not
get out.
pathetic invisible plane. It looks like a bubble, but still.
Yeah, but that was
Yeah,
why I
it's not a
loved
clown
it so
car either.
much.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
It's like you
all
didn't
right.
have to animate anything; just someone sitting.
Okay, Mike.
I'm hoping this was going to put me in good stead for next year because it's all getting very post-apocalypse. But for me, it's Tank Girl's tank. I want the beach umbrella,
Yeah.
the lounger, and the beer cooler up on the top. The works.
Nice.
And I want it to be able to park anywhere or on top of anything that I bloody well choose. And if somebody cuts me up, I've got about 3 to 4 kilometres for them to get away before I can actually get my own back. And I even did a little bit of research.
Oh.
Apparently, anyone that's got a full licence also has a provisional H licence. So as long as I've got L plates, it's road legal for me to drive. And tanks are exempt from road tax and London congestion charge.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
we need to
impressive.
get a tank.
Fair enough. That's absolutely fine, Mike. But I do want to see you snogging some kangaroos as well. Okay, I think that's a fair.
You'll probably get one down the
That
hole.
happens, you know. I was half off about choosing Booger as a sidekick. Actually, that very nearly happened.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Okay, we are thundering onto day 9.
And day 9 is the technical or magical item or gadget of your choice. Ian.
Okie dokie. Mine probably is a little bit obvious, I don't know. But the Green Lantern ring for me.
Oh, yeah.
It was mentioned when we first came up with this category, that.
Just being able to create whatever you want from your fist. That sounds wrong. From your ring. That sounds even
Oh,
worse.
God.
Just being able to do anything with that power in your hand. I think it fits with me turning to Mystique, so I can be like a woman. Oh, actually, I'm going to stop there. I think it's a very useful item and would benefit my life in many ways.
You're lucky there because I don't think that the rings are of infinite power, aren't they?
Dependent on light, isn't it?
Yes. The main consequence I was going to say was, depending on what it was powered, you might have only limited battery life. But you're lucky there. I think you've got away with that. You've got something that can pretty much work as long as you can feed it light.
Awesome.
Is that right, Pete? That's the only requirement, isn't it, for the Green Lantern's ring?
Well, I don't know about. Yes, it's willpower, isn't it? Isn't it? Or is that the power that it? Tom,
That's what it uses to shape.
He uses his willpower, but he has to recharge it at a battery. So you're right on both.
Probably
counts, I
does,
suppose,
yeah.
aren't you?
It's just how you charge the
Double
battery.
AA.
But yeah,
Yeah.
probably 3.
3 AA batteries.
Yeah, 3. No, I think it's one of those big D batteries that nobody has any use for in it now, but used to power your ghetto blaster.
Didn't it? Yeah, but you need like 12 in the back.
For half-hour
It
play.
made him so heavy. There's the 12 batteries in it.
Because you don't know, if the power is going to go on or off or at any point. You've got to be careful, I suppose. So what would your first use of the ring be?
Oh, God, now you're asking.
Yeah.
Oh. You see,
It could be your only chance to use it.
I'd have to hit somebody. Simple as that. I'd have to just do a massive fist and whack someone in the face, send them flying. Simple. I'll go and hide in Midian, no one will find me.
So, hoping that you're not in the same room when he tries this, Dickie, what would your gadget be?
Can I say Hulk smash when I do it?
No. Actually, mine will be okay, because if you did try anything like that, I'll have the lasso of truth. So, And
you are
that
kitting yourself out properly here.
I know. And that will get him into submission, and he has to do anything I want and tell me the truth. What more could a girl want in life? Every woman should have one.
I always tell you the truth.
Uh-huh. How many models have you bought?
No comment.
So yeah, that's where I would go. Because yeah.
So you got to ask what the first use of that is, Mike.
Yeah, I was going to say. We've got to know what's your most important or first use.
Probably.
Who's been eating all the biscuits?
Well, I'm thinking more on the submission bit is just get you to clean. And put the wash on would be quite nice.
I have a bath every now and again.
I'm in the house.
All right.
Yeah, put a wash on. Mow the lawn. Just the general things. Really.
We've only just got a lawn.
Put the bins out.
We've got kids to do that.
Oh, good luck with that.
Hulk smash.
Excellent. Whilst we're reaping marital discord here, Tom, what would your magical or technical item be for your stocking?
Man, I'm so torn. I'm trying to think of somebody that has a magic wand that's not just Harry Potter, or Bernard's watch or something like that. Do you know what? No, I'll go for Bat Translator.
Okay.
Yeah. Bat Translator, because it's always such a muck when you're speaking to somebody from, you go on holiday or something, you're talking, no English. I'm like, come on.
You are moving to France, so...
Yeah,
exactly.
This could be useful for your new digs.
Yeah, exactly. Bat Translator. I'd like to be able to speak to everybody. Yeah. And just even to tell them to bugger off. Be pretty useful topic. I was thinking, something that could stop time, or something that can, magic anything, or put a spell on somebody or something. I'm sure Zatanna's got a wand, if I remember rightly. Mm-hmm. She does just magic as well, but I think she has got a wand as well that she can use. But nah, just a Bat Translator. Something just something nice and simple. Yeah,
it's very good.
It's nice to hear somebody contemplated, manipulating the time stream, but really, really wanted to order drinks well. That's great. That's a good choice.
Let's just hope we can go in pubs. That's all I'm going to say there.
Yeah.
And Pete, your technological wonder or magical marvel?
Well, I'd just like to share a bit of my dad's translation skills when we went on holiday anywhere that people couldn't speak English. When he was ordering drinks for the kids, he would simply hold up 7 fingers and then point upwards and ask for 3 glasses of 7. I went technology. I suppose it's a technology more than a magic item or gadget. I went pin particles.
Oh.
How useful would pin particles be? Nice. I wouldn't need to take any luggage away to cons, should they ever come back. I could put my whole library, cash book, pens. I mean, they'd just be in my top pocket.
Lost forever.
I could have a 10-course dinner in my hat. I mean, just think what you could distribute around your body and nobody. I could never have to park your car again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
bring it with you.
It's strange actually, because when I was looking at these and we thought we were going to answer them all ourselves, one of the first things I thought of was pin particles, and then I actually landed on a man's helmet. And this just shows, because it was on my mind, I was doing some DIY over the weekend, and I realised how useful an army of ants would be. Because I've got really club fingers, and they can just get in everywhere I can't.
Yeah.
But, pin particles is an excellent one. So, obviously, what would be, if you thought that it had limited lifespan or power, what would be your first use of a pin particle then?
10-course dinner in my hat. Yeah, that was my very first. I thought, I could just carry. It's like marmalade sandwiches, but a lot more. Apart from that, I mean, the amount of stuff I've had to lug recently, luggage-wise, I had to move both daughters into new digs in uni, and it was particularly difficult for Nancy because she was in halls of residence, so we weren't allowed in the room. Mm-hmm. So in those sort of circumstances, you had to take it from the car and then sort of dump it, and then Nancy had to take everything up and downstairs. So it would help with all of that sort of lugging around. I mean, you two have just moved house. Can you imagine doing that in pin particles?
Oh, Jesus.
God, it would be so much fun. It would have killed us. Oh,
never again.
No.
Yeah, you know? So I think, yeah, it seemed... I did initially think, it's kind of boring, but it's kind of not. I mean, you can have literally everything, you know, just shrunk down. You could literally open a kind of business card holder, and it's just got everything in there, isn't it? You know, I mean, the amount of space I need for my comics now, I could just put them in my hat.
See, I'd sneeze, and that'd be it. Everything lost.
Does it take the weight off of it as well?
Oh, yeah,
or are they actually weighted? I couldn't remember.
They're not in the comics.
No,
and they weren't in the Ant-Man 2. Played around with it a lot more in the movie. When
yeah,
they had the van as a key ring and stuff. I mean, yeah, that would be a drawback, wouldn't it? That would.
Yeah, you got to pick up your keys, and it's like, oh, come on.
Mind you, the drawback then would be that you could have all your belongings sort of blow away. Ultimately.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Or like
you'd always have to have like a little one of the wee keepsake box things for a keyring, and then just kind of load everything in.
Oh man,
hand over.
There's a lot of admin here.
Oh.
Yeah.
My eyesight's bad enough as it is, but you know, like to try and find all the stuff I've shrunk, I can't even read the ingredients. I mean, yeah, maybe
ignoring consequences. There is no way I am going to start exploring anyone losing their comic collection. I'm not even going to think about that one.
You brought up a good thing there, though, Pete. I want to see the Ant-Man Paddington crossover. Definitely. That'd be great.
That'd be perfect, wouldn't it?
Well, if Disney keep buying, you might see Paddington join the MCU.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah.
So on to day 10.
Day 10 is costume. I wonder what costume Nikki might have chosen.
Well, no, not what you think. No, because I like what Raven wears.
Oh,
but that's
I like what Raven wears.
That's a lot of upkeep on the nether regions, which
right.
I'm not sure I can be bothered with, and also quite nippy up at high altitude.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's all got a lot more sort of, you know, fresher down there since first appearance. Well, like you say.
Please explain.
Because I was looking at the older ones, you know, where she is still in like a leotard.
She had a classier, longer, more kind of evening gown look, didn't she? Kind of original 80s Raven.
Oh, you see, I was like, I was thinking more the leotard and the lot of leggage. So I thought that was going to be chilly. So I like Spider-Gwen's outfit.
Oh, yeah.
So I think I might go that way, because at least I got a hood. You know, it keep me warmer.
It's not going to keep you that warm.
It's going to be slightly warmer than Raven's very high cut thing. So yeah, I think I'll go more Spider-Gwen.
This is the Lake District as well.
Yeah.
The hood's a good addition, I think.
Do you want to choose a number between 1 and 4?
Oh God, 2. Oh no.
Unfortunately, you have to wear a revamped CGI glowy version like in Green Lantern.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, how horrendous.
That is horrendous. So it's just taken all your street style, it's thrown it right out the window. It's probably got a neon pink spider, and it's stood out probably about 6 inches.
Yeah, my head's not going to be connected to my body properly.
Dear. Sorry, there's nothing I can do about it. I wish I I hadn't written these.
That film isn't going to get forgiven soon, is it?
No.
Any chance for a dig?
Ian.
I think I didn't cheat a bit. It's in comics. It's quite clearly in comics, but it's. I'm choosing Space Marine Power Armor.
Okay.
Because I get a 3-up save.
Oh, God.
It gives me toughness 5 sometimes, and that's all you need. Shut up. That's all you need in this evil world. Yeah.
This is going to be custom fitted, I take it, because
of course,
you're not 8 feet tall.
Just be down one leg.
You have to be picky, Mike, don't you? You have to be picky. I just think
Elf number 1.
It's gonna give me everything I need in life and more.
Okay.
So
that's my Space Marine stare.
Space Marine, so that's aliens, yeah?
Whoa!
Whoa.
Oh, Pete. Oh, should we just shut this goddamn call down now?
Boom!
We are talking Warhammer, which is in the comics and has just been done by Marvel recently as well. Just
That's
to
it.
make
Marvel did a Warhammer comic.
they've just taken the rights on. They have just released 3 issues have come out now.
Was it as
They have
successful as
Warhammer
when they did
comics
the
before.
Human Fly? Is it that kind of level of success?
I'll have you know it's serious. Don't mess with the Marines. This is
It should
biblical
also be
style
mentioned
comics.
that, Space Marines was a term that was only ever created by Games Workshop and
Yes.
never used by anybody else, and they've sued to prove that.
Admittedly, they've called them something different now.
Okay.
You know.
Do you
And
wanna-
it wasn't used by
Everyone.
Robert Heinlein in Starship Troopers or several other books that probably predated that by about 50 years even. But there you go.
But still,
Okay, I'm looking forward to this one. I need you to choose a number 1, 3, or 4.
4.
It's a homemade version, like in Spider-Man: Homecoming, sweatshirt and balaclava.
Cardboard boxes
Oh god,
for
I've
you.
seen them in bloody Comic Cons and all. I can just imagine it
My
now.
cardboard version, excellent.
Oh my god,
There'll be some tin foil involved at
it'll
some
just
point.
fall off.
They'll
You don't
get caught in
keep
the
still.
rain.
Oh. The only bonus to that is I can change the colour and become whatever chapter I want at any point.
Yeah,
There you go.
With your
The rain.
Sharpies.
Tom.
Oh, man. This is I didn't have anything down for this one at all, and I'm totally torn. Right, you know what? I'll go for Batman animated series Robin outfit. It was a nice outfit. There was a bit of a shorter cape about it.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't too long. You know, I wasn't going to get caught Batman style in a door or anything with that.
Is that when you had a slight redesign on it? Was it?
Just ever so slightly. Just ever so
Yeah,
slightly.
yeah.
There's still
Glenn-
tights
Glenn-
involved.
Yeah.
The thigh-high boots as well.
Trousers. Shut up.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was the black boots and the green. It was green leggings, and
Yeah.
you know he had the black cape, but it had this sort of gold lining on it. But it just suited him. Like it really suited him, and they
Yeah, it was
redid the
grown up.
R and stuff as well, and he had sort of bigger gauntlets and that as well. So it was nice. It was really good, and also the whited out eyes with the domino mask as well. Good set of hair on him as well, actually.
It wasn't a bad
Yeah.
hair. It was quite good hair on him.
Yeah, it's really good. You good action figures of that as well.
Yeah, they've just,
Yeah.
funny enough, one of them was on Daisy's Christmas list, and Nancy'd got, I think she'd got the Catwoman one.
Mm.
And, I mean, that was, the character design on that flipping series was amazing. Mike Mignola did the Mr. Freeze redesign for it.
Oh, right, okay.
And, you know, I remember Joker suddenly looked a lot more menacing, didn't he, when they gave him the black
The black, yeah.
character. But, oh, man, that was so cool. Well, let's see what I can do. If you choose a number 1 or 4, 1 or 3.
1.
It's not a costume, it's body paint.
No. All those green legs.
Oh, now I did want the tights on.
I'll give you a cape. How about that?
Okay.
Short cape, though, remember you said?
Yeah,
short.
very short.
Oh no. This isn't good.
Mike.
Pete, I live beside a school. This isn't good.
I'm really worried about the consequences now. I am unfortunately going to follow a theme so far in this podcast. It took me a while to finally land on one, but I'm going to go for Major Motoko Kusanagi's thermoptic camouflage stealth suit from Ghost in the Shell.
Why not?
So once again, I get the power of invisibility too.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Is that the bloke with the thimbles shoved in his...
No, it's not Batu. It's actually the Major herself. She's got the stealth suit on, so it's that.
Yeah.
Right.
It always makes it look like
It's going to
she's
have to be
naked.
the male version, otherwise it might be stretched in the wrong places. But
Yeah, okay. I haven't seen... I know the girls are a lot more up to date and stuff like that. So what? It's just invisible, or it's protective? And
no. Well,
It'll make
grants
him
you
look
invisibility.
naked.
It uses thermal optic cameras to make light go through you.
okay.
Only
Well,
when it's activated, otherwise he'll look naked.
This is what I'm worried about now.
Well,
Don't give him ideas.
the last thing I have left is you have to wear it all the time.
Oh, that's good.
Again, school's not a good idea.
Oh, doing the
And you
shopping.
never quite cover it all up. So if you and which fits if you're invisible. Obviously, whatever you're putting on top is just going to get turned invisible because of the bending of the light. So.
It does. It bends light itself, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay. Lonely 21 for me.
It's tough coming up with 4 consequences, I have to say.
The body paint was a genius one. I
was.
Okay, we're closing in. It's day 11. Theme tune.
So, a theme tune to use. Ian.
Mine's probably fairly obvious, but I bought this as a CD soundtrack, and that is the Danny Elfman Batman theme music. I adore that music. Absolutely adore that music. In particular, Batman Returns, which slightly altered it a bit more circusy as you go through the orchestral piece. So that's me, straight up.
Well, obviously, as magic elves, we are of a magical nature, and your theme tune will play every time you wake up, every time you go to bed, and every time you enter and leave any room.
Oh yes, in my cardboard space moon. I will look amazing.
In your soggy heap of cardboard.
In my clown car.
And Nikki, what would you like to be next year's theme tune to be for you?
Well, I am sticking quite close to Wonder Woman, and it has to be the original Wonder Woman.
Original. Oh.
That's gotta be it. That made me happy as a kid, with loo rolls on my arms, spinning around on me. So yeah, it has to be.
I mean, it fits with the whole cheese, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Cheesy playing, cheesy music.
I love it.
I have to admit, I did actually like that theme tune.
Awesome.
As a kid, it was not something a boy of that age should ever admit, but there you go. Tom, what would be your theme tune for next year?
Right. I've got 2 written down. I'll say what they are, but I am settling on one. So my first one was the Death Note anime. Had 2 parts to it, basically. The second theme tune was the most metal thing you've ever heard in your entire life. It was ridiculous. Very psychedelic, but just like excessively metal. It was ridiculous. But I've actually settled on the Red Dwarf theme.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, that would totally work.
And we'll definitely allow you that. I actually have the first Red Dwarf comic.
Oh, nice.
I know, it was awful. Does not translate well. I have to admit, the Death Note one would be a very good entrance music to any room.
Yeah.
That would get you seen in your body paint. And Pete, your theme tune for the year.
Right. It has to be something, right, if it's going to wake me up and get me up, it's going to have to really go some. We're going to need something a bit more buoyant, or I'm going to need something a bit more buoyant. I think 2021, I want to be optimistic. I want some go-getting optimistic music. My first thought was something kind of 60s, 70s, like the Persuaders, or Streets of San Francisco is my ringtone. So if anybody rings me, I've got the theme from the Streets of San Francisco. It's not quite comic fantasy. So I then thought of one tune, which is from a soundtrack. It's from Kill Bill. It's an Isaac Hayes track from 74, and it's called Run, Faye, Run. And I happened to be walking through town one time with that in the headphones, and you just feel you could do anything when that is on. So I think, quite frankly, it would just work in it just gives you that confidence boost. It's an instrumental. In the film, I had to look it up because I couldn't remember where it appeared, but it's in the anime sequence where O-Ren kills the general in the car.
Yes, yeah.
So, I don't know, I won't put a lot on in case YouTube gets us. But I had it playing earlier. See if you can hear it.
Quality audio here. Let's just get that timestamp. This is edited out.
Oh, is that all it was? Just feedback.
No, you can just right here.
Yeah,
the
not
person who
feedback.
brought it through the speaker.
Right, I'm going to edit that. What time is it?
No, it's all fine. We heard a bit before.
So that, I mean, that just...
It's a good shoot. It is, actually.
It absolutely, totally, you could do anything with that music on.
Yeah.
It just...
Remember, it's the last thing that plays before you go to bed as well.
Totally. Boom.
Oh, it's Boom then Bedford. All right. Okay. Right, and we have a quick bonus because it's the Christmas party. We're on Christmas Eve now. And it's the office Christmas party, and there's some mistletoe up. Ooh. So as an extra bonus, I'm going to grant everyone...
Hang on, you missed 12.
A famous... No, 12 is next.
He's doing a bonus.
We're going to do the bonus Christmas party round.
Oh, right. That was 13 on your list.
No, sorry, I had it in between, sorry. I didn't explain on the tweet, sorry. It's the Christmas party night.
Sorry,
it's
sir.
the day before the 12th day of Christmas.
Right.
It's the evening before. So there's some mistletoe up, so I'd like everyone to choose for your stocking filler a comic character that you wish to kiss under the mistletoe.
Oh.
I'm just going to check something.
Anything that him and Cabela's.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh.
They do Witcher comics.
They do Witcher comics, thank God.
Who's going first then?
Tom looks deep in contemplation, so I'll go over to you, Ian, because
Okay.
you're not ready. Now you've
I'm ready.
Googled something quickly.
Obviously, it's Nicole. No.
What do you mean, no?
There is one woman that lights up my eyes every time
Lights up your
I
eyes.
see her pop up. Power Girl.
Oh, you do like a bit of Power Girl, don't you?
It's the boob window.
Yes. I I can't say I'll be looking in her eyes when I'm kissing her, I'll be honest. I can't say I'll be kissing her mouth. But yes, I think if anyone was to be a lucky lady, if anyone would get the smash,
Wow.
it would be Power Girl.
Wow.
No, that sounded all wrong.
It did, didn't it?
Quickly moving on to...
Oh, go up with you.
There we go.
Yeah, I'd snog that one. 4.
Comic and real life, you're tart.
Yeah, I would. He's all man. He's in there as costume. He's got a cat's eyes.
Sorry.
Geralt of Rivia, The Witcher.
Oh, it's okay.
I don't mind. Comic version, video game version, obviously Henry Cavill version. Yeah, any of them versions, fine by me. Not kicking that out of bed anytime soon.
You know what? And Ian wouldn't mind because he plays 40k as well.
Yes, he does. He's like my ideal man.
In fact, he'd probably be more interested in what I'm doing than you.
I still think if I'm...
I love the day that news broke. It was like every nerd in the world thought, yeah.
We could be cool.
One of us.
Tom, you look nervous in contemplation there. Have you got somebody yet?
I think I've got someone, and purely for the fact that she said, "Face it, Tiger, you've hit the jackpot." Mm-hmm. Mary Jane, come on. Under the mistletoe. Yes.
Who do you want to draw by?
Oh, that's hard. Oh, Pete, no, that's too hard. That's way too hard. Oh, no, you'd have to leave that with me for like days.
Excuse to flick through the pictures.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Pete, go on. Have you got a mistletoe favourite?
I have La Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine.
She has come up before, hasn't she, on a podcast?
Yeah, she was always... We had a thing on the SDC, like, who's your comic crush? And one of the ending that was, like, who was your favourite sort of thing. But she's quite funny. She's one of the few characters that's still got quite a lot of mystique about her. That's not a lot been revealed, which I find really cool. She's a background character a lot of the time, but she stands out. And Steranko and Bruce Timm in particular have portrayed her elegantly.
It's such a shame this is a podcast because your expression then.
Yes.
Boom.
It needed screen capture. Hey, it's the Christmas party. There are no consequences.
Yay!
You all get away with it scot-free.
Surely you get a free pass on this question as well, Mike.
Mm.
Ooh. No, it's too easy for me. It's got to be Tank Girl.
I was about to say that myself.
Yeah.
Everyone would know that already. Tom, back in the room. Stop thinking about Mary Jane.
Do you have a favourite Tank Girl artist, Mike?
Oh, it's got to be the originals. It's got to be Hugh and Martin because that team behind it. Yeah, absolutely. I love all the new stuff, some more than other, but it's got to be original Tank Girl.
Yeah, it's funny because Nancy's had a lot of Tank Girl stuff on her Christmas list, so it's quite good that I've caught up with a lot of the more recent stuff. But yeah, there's still no beating the original. Oh, wow. That's no good for the listeners. I finished my scroll sketch of Tank Girl.
Oh,
awesome.
That's cool.
Audio description. Pete holds up an image.
Tank Girl lighting her cigarette from a stick of dynamite.
That's cool.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
very cool.
Right. Well, so are we still on day 12?
It's day 12, yeah.
Right. Okay. So that was a theme tune bonus. So the last day is your biggest gift. We are offering you the chance to join a team. What team will you choose to join on the final day 12 of Comic Fancy Stocking Fillers? And I'm going to start with Ian.
Okay, now obviously, when you think of team, you think of your superheroes, your Justice League, your Avengers, and so forth. And I thought, no, there's too many personalities there. I can't be bothered. Can't be bothered with them all. So I just wanted straightforward a team of 2. Small team. Cholly and Flytrap for me. They're such wonderful characters. Straight-laced, one guy ain't going to say a bloody word. The other guy just knows exactly what he wants. And I think them running around, me in the back of Thrud as well, riding along, we'd just make the perfect ensemble of 4, riding through the wastelands away from Midian. Me and me Space Marine army. I tell you, it'd be amazing. That's
how
it.
Amazing it is once you choose a number from 1 to 4.
I forgot about that as
yes,
well.
You see, no, it all goes well.
Good elf, bad elf, I'm telling you.
We'll go for 3 again. I think I said 4 last
3.
time. Go for 3.
They keep complaining about your costume.
That's valid and fair. I can't blooming argue with that, can I?
It's made laugh.
One of them is running around naked, so for God's sake, I might as well just join him.
Yeah, fair enough. You're in.
Thank you.
Nikki.
I've gone kind of, different as well. I didn't want to join a superhero. So I will join the Inquisition's team in Dragon Age, the last one. And I will join that, and I will join the dwarfs and the elves, and I shall become a mage, as well as doing the other stuff I can do. And, and go and fight Darkspawn and dragons and save the world.
Okay. Space Marines and doodads, I'm at a loss here. I have to say.
I've joined Guardians of the Galaxy. There goes.
You need elf number 1 for this one. Okay. 1, 2, or 4?
1.
I don't know. I don't know how relevant this is.
Mm-hmm.
You have to drive them everywhere.
On my giant nug. I'll leave
What?
that there.
Probably not a problem.
What?
Probably not a problem. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Even I don't know.
Jet as well, don't forget.
Yeah. Top.
Well, I was going to say that I was going to join the Peanuts gang, but if I'm going around body paint and all, just naked, then that's a bit creepy, to be honest. Also, they're kids. Like,
You are walking around with a stuffed tiger under your arm as well.
Yeah. This has gone all wrong. So do you know what? I will actually go for the Justice League, but I'll go for Justice League International, because if I'm going around walking about with my piece out, then I'm not going to look out of place in amongst all the Jokers and stuff from Justice League International.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, at least that's the fun team, isn't it? I mean, let's face it. You got.
Well, I'd probably be the most normal one there.
Yeah. Well, you've got as many Oreos as you can eat as well, so
yeah.
So you can stick them under your hat. Okay, 1 or 4?
Go with 1 again.
Well, I don't know how relevant this is for Justice League International, but it says you've joined in the dodgy phase of that team's roll call. For instance, Detroit JLA, or that time Triathlon and Firestar joined the Avengers. So, I don't know. I mean, I suppose later on, did Lobo come into Justice League International, or? Because they were pretty solid, weren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, he's in a couple of issues. There is a sort of transitional phase where it goes into Justice League Europe as well, getting brought in. That's a bit kind of shaky.
But then you had Rocket Red, didn't you? I loved Rocket Red.
Yeah, exactly.
He was fab. He
Did
was
you
really
make
cool.
a joke?
So I think you might have got out of it there. I don't think there was a dodgy phase of Justice League International.
No, that's fine then.
I
I'll be with that. I'll
beat
be
the
with
system. Mike?
This is the one that I spent the longest thinking about, I think. And weirdly, my first instincts were to go for either Mystery Inc., as in the Scooby-Doo team, or the original adventurers of Dungeons and Dragons. But I actually had the similar thought to Tom, where it's like, oh, hang on, I can't because they're all like kids. Which is a bit weird. So I'd be the adult in the group. No, that would just make it unfun. But then I actually thought, what would really, really make me happy? And I think I'd join the crew of the Serenity.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Firefly there.
I know.
Okay.
It's, yeah. No
Have you not
comment.
converted him yet?
No,
I've seen it.
he doesn't like it.
I'm not.
I converted
Bothered.
Elton this year.
Oh, I'm going to try again with him.
Not bothered. Way overrated.
It's not overrated.
No.
God.
I could hear the respect from everyone else. So.
Yeah.
I didn't get very far. I think I got 4 or 5 episodes, but Nancy loves it. I know she's particularly. I mean, we are Joss Whedon fans. We loved. What's the one with Eliza Dushku? The brain. Oh, Dollhouse. Particularly, that was a big hit. But not managed. Serenity's not made a dent. Funnily enough, Non and Nancy have watched Buffy at least probably 3 times.
Yes.
And Angel and such. But yeah, Serenity's not. I don't know. And it is Cowboys in Space. I got 4 or 5 episodes in.
It just gets a bit boring, Pete. Don't worry, I get it. Don't worry.
You're wrong.
There was something, it didn't stick. It was weird. Don't know.
It is a proper long story arc, which they did a good job with Serenity.
Yeah.
Sort of like as a film to finish it off. But actually, the DVD box set I have given out as presents 5 times now.
Oh, really?
Because it keeps being returned.
Same person.
It was actually a bit of a thing. It was in the lead up to them trying to get the film that they asked fans to do that. And I only learnt that from watching a documentary years after. I was genuinely doing it anyway, including a really good friend of mine who left work, who left where I worked. And he actually ended up giving it to every single person in his family that Christmas.
I'll get you one for Christmas.
That's how it spread.
Yeah.
Proper grassroots fan.
Well, unfortunately, that makes a travesty of my last consequence. I was actually queued up to give you exactly what you didn't want, because the leftover one is there's a mix-up and you're put on the youth team. Which, if it was relevant, was exactly what you didn't want. But no, you had to go with it. Choose your brown coat TV show.
It was Fox, so maybe the rights have gone to Disney now. I don't know. So you could well get Firefly babies or something like that. It's a possibility.
Oh yeah, possible. Oh right, well that's our 12 days. I mean, you've got through relatively unscathed, I think. I mean, the listeners probably not, but
Please don't call the police on me, please.
God knows what they're going to envision when they're falling asleep tonight.
It's the body paint. That's what's going to stick with us all.
Yeah, I was going to say. Oh no, it's not a good sight. No.
Why, have you tried it on?
Yeah, I'm not saying no.
Well, brilliant. I thought that was. I think that went rather well.
That was a very good idea. That was good. Yeah,
Yes, thank you very much, chaps, for that.
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I guess we're going to return in the new year.
Certainly are.
Yes.
Plans are afoot on our side. Interviews will be planned in and booked and sorted. I'm getting my head there. I'm ready to go, ready to rock.
Good.
2021.
We've all got our
Kicking
thinkings
off.
ready.
Yep.
Yeah.
And not catchphrases.
Good grief.
It's okay. We're recording new intros, everyone.
So quickly before we run off then, let's just say what you guys are looking forward to next year then. What do you hope? What are you wanting to get out of 2021 that obviously we didn't get out of this year?
Ooh.
Pete.
More comic pages drawn. We got. I don't know what. I don't know. I mean, everyone doesn't know what happened this year. I didn't get started on Silverbird 2 quick enough. I got subsumed by a few things. I did, unfortunately, have 3 books ready to go, but didn't quite organise the Kickstarter. So I suppose that, I want the woolliness and I want the clarity. I want the woolliness lifted and the clarity to return, I think, ultimately. I think on top of the pandemic and just the hectic nature of life, I think once everything has settled, I want a renewed vigour and to be able to get some of the stuff that's ready to go out and the stuff that we've got planned to be completed, quite quick.
Tom?
Do you know what? I wouldn't actually mind making more stuff next year.
You're currently in the middle of making something out of you guys.
Yeah, well, it's done. It's been done for ages. We're actually just in the midst of trying to get it put together digitally, but my skills only go so far.
I know that feeling.
So it's been weeks of me sitting looking at a screen going, why won't you work? Come on! But yeah, no, we're in the midst of getting it printed and stuff like that, but I wouldn't mind actually just making more and just drawing more in general. I bought a sketch pad and some charcoal pencils like a month ago, and just sketching random things every now and then. Just getting in that practice again would be good. I mean, I drew for years and I've just kind of been out of it. So yeah, it feels good to kind of just be sitting drawing just for the sake of it, not for something specifically, but just for the sake of it. But I think to actually start making some stuff, I think would be pretty good. Obviously progressing the pod and stuff, and looking forward to more quality works coming out from people to review and all this kind of stuff. Like, that's all part and parcel. This is all stuff that I'd expect every year, you know what I mean? But personally, I think it's definitely creating stuff. I think that's going to be a 2021 goal, actually make something.
Mike? What are you looking forward to, Mike?
I'm hoping very much that I want a bit more of a work-life balance. COVID kind of destroyed that for me. So, as a home worker, I got relied on a lot, and things that I was really into with work. But I had quite a few creative projects I had in mind. A lot of kind of want to get into writing, especially on the RPG side of my hobby, and also on the comic side, maybe. And I had some solid plans some solid ideas to pursue this year, but just time wasn't there. Complete time suckage this year so far. And I guess that's what I'm hoping at 21.
Nikki, to you.
Oh, just to do more stuff, really. Just to paint more. Because like everyone else, we've had the time. Well, I've had the time, but I haven't had the inclination. It's all just felt a bit... So, yeah, just to get back to drawing properly and doing that. So, yeah, just get the mojo back.
Something I've sort of said is I want us to try oil painting classes, aren't we? To try some sort of painting classes.
You've had this mad idea.
Yeah. I feel that medium I could work with.
Okay, I'm glad you do.
So that's, yeah.
Yeah, no, we'll give it a bash. What's the worst that can happen?
Buy pictures. For me next year, it's about video. I want to move on to video more. I've got plans for I suppose you call them documentaries. Initially, it's with friends. Mike will be involved when we can get into his house. But
okay,
yeah, you'll know more when it matters. But I do want to do something for the comic scene as well, which I've got a couple of ideas for that. But
there's some ideas bubbling away with other people as well, isn't there? So
yes.
Yeah.
So there's thoughts and processes and ideas out there that could be interesting for next year. Again, it's getting to that frame of mind that we all have to get in just to do it, isn't it? That's the thing. Yeah. We've just got to do it.
Yeah. This year's been like Groundhog Day. Yeah. It's just every day.
You either had too much time, too little time, but yeah, motivation gets
Yep.
gets ground down.
Yeah.
I think that's a human response.
I think it took me longer to do things as well. You know, things that I would have perhaps done quicker. I don't know. I just seem to, or it's my perception of time. I don't know.
No,
It feels longer.
Yeah.
I feel you on that, Pete. Definitely, there is things that I'll get a reminder of something that I was meant to do, and it's like reminder 4 days ago, and I'm sitting going, God, I feel like I just read that an hour ago. What's going on? Just everything seemed to just. I think because everybody's just trying to keep working and get through it.
Yeah.
That it before you know it, you're deep into the days, and you haven't actually done what you were meant to be doing, and you're going, oh God, I'm just too focused on keeping on trudging through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way I see it, Christmas is sort of a cut-off point to refresh and then hopefully try and kickstart.
Very much so.
In my head, anyway. That's how I'm looking
Yeah,
at it.
totally.
Yeah.
Very much so. That's what we're geared up for.
Yeah.
I like that this is like a real office party where this is sort of like the drunken aftermath.
Right,
I'll
let's
say another thing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Love you,
put up with
man.
you.
Love you,
Waiting
man.
for the taxis.
Right, I'm going to take over now. And I'm going to say to all three of you, thank you for your support this year and every year. You know, it's been wonderful. You've certainly pulled us through
Yes,
this year
definitely.
with the environment. So thank you so much.
Yeah, you pulled this one through.
Shut up.
He's had troubles.
Looking forward in a big style to next year. In particular, October, cocktail bar,
Yes.
drinks. Yes, that I promise you this year, it will be happening.
Yes, it will be.
Totally.
And I can't thank you enough for the work you guys do for the podcast and for the festival. And I'm sure the festival itself would say the same thing. So we wish you.
That word was an absolute pleasure.
We wish you all a Merry Christmas as well. Got to put that in there.
No, it's the sentimental bit where we're all going to cry.
Oh my God, don't
Love
send me
you,
off.
man. Love you.
Love you so much. It's so important. I'm our
That's
best friends.
Hulk smash!
I'm just going to stagger drunkenly off into the bushes over there.
Oh no, what happened to Pete? He's frozen.
Pete's frozen.
Oh, there you go. Back.
And he's made of the drink.
Right, and let's do some plugging. Mike, anything you want to plug? You want to plug your Twitter as usual?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at CthulhuPunk and OnlyFans at CthulhuPunk.
In that skin tight see-through costume. Tom?
You can find me at That Comic Smell. We are having our Christmas get together tomorrow as well, so it's just one after another.
Excellent, eh?
But that we've been on a break for a wee while building up episodes, so our Christmas one will actually go out before Christmas as well, and we'll be back as well with a vengeance next year, all the same. But yeah, just follow us in all the usual places and come back here and listen to some reviews in the new year and listen to you folks and everything. Thanking you, Ian, Nikki, Pete, Mike. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Pete?
Scroll magazine is finished. You can buy the digital version and pre-order the physical on scrollloads.bigcartel.com. It's being printed as we speak. Physical copies will be... Oh, I don't know. Who knows? But they're being printed as we speak. I will be getting back onto social media at some point. So at This Man This Pete on Twitter and Instagram. And thank you all for giving me the excuse to yak about comics and meeting up with you fine folks all the time. It's a big help. Thank you.
Thank you. And, just look on the links to find us.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah, that'll do.
Right, thank you so much for listening, and we wish everyone who listens to this a very...
Pardon, what was that? That was so not smooth.
Shut up. A very Merry Christmas. And a Happy New Year. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for listening to my dulcet tones and their northern ramblings. Find out more about the Lakes International Comic Art Festival at comicartfestival.com and find us on Twitter at comicartfestpod or online at comicartpodcast.uk.